Every angel stands before God in heaven, except for one. He is the only angel who was given a seat, a throne, a place of power. But here's the twist. He was not always an angel. He was once a man named Enoch, who walked so closely with God that he never tasted death. So what happened to him? Why was he transformed? And why do some call him the Lesser Yahweh? This is one of the greatest mysteries of ancient texts, and today we uncover it. Have you ever heard of a man who never died? The Bible tells us about someone special who walked right off the pages of history without facing death. His name was Enoch, and today we're going to share his amazing story with you. We're about to take you on a journey to discover one of the biggest mysteries in the Bible. And trust us, what we found will make you see heaven and earth in a whole new way. Hidden in the book of Genesis is a tiny mention of a man named Enoch. The Bible gives him just 57 words. That's shorter than most text messages. Isn't that strange? One of the most special people in the Bible gets less space than it takes to write a birthday card. Enoch lived a long time ago, before the great flood that covered the earth. He was the seventh person in the family line from Adam, and he was Methuselah's father. While the Bible tells long stories about Noah and his ark, or Abraham and his journey, poor Enoch barely gets a paragraph. The Bible simply says, Enoch walked with God. What does that mean? It doesn't just mean Enoch took walks with God. In those days, this special phrase meant Enoch lived exactly how God wanted him to. His heart matched God's heart perfectly. Here's something weird. Enoch lived exactly 365 years. Does that number sound familiar? It's the same as the days in a year. This isn't just a coincidence. It hints that Enoch's life was connected to the way God designed the heavens. Then comes the most amazing part. The Bible says, he was not, for God took him. No funeral, no grave, no death at all. Besides Elijah, much later, Enoch is the only person in a whole Bible who didn't die. God just took him away. But this disappearance wasn't the end of Enoch's story. It was just the beginning. While most people's stories end when they die, Enoch's story was just getting started. His disappearance wasn't just a mystery. It was the first step in an amazing change. Now, you might be wondering, where exactly did God take Enoch? What happened after he vanished? The Bible stays quiet about these questions, but ancient books tell a much bigger story that will leave you speechless. We must continue this journey together because what happens next reveals secrets about heaven that few have ever known. Without knowing what happened during Enoch's heavenly journey, we can't possibly understand who he became or why his story matters so much for us today. Before we reveal how this powerful angel connects to Christian beliefs, we need to know you're ready for this sacred knowledge. The ancient divine happens when someone steps from our world into heaven. For Enoch, disappearing from earth wasn't the end of his journey. It was just the beginning of something much greater. While the Bible tells us very little about what happened after God took Enoch, ancient Jewish books fill in these missing pieces. Books with names like 1 Enoch and 2 Enoch, written long ago, tell us the rest of the story. Let's follow Enoch as he travels through not just one heaven, but many heavens, each one more beautiful and scary than the one before. These old stories tell us that Enoch, still a human man, went through places no person was ever supposed to see. In one book called 1 Enoch, or Ethiopic Enoch, we see Enoch traveling through the sky where he watches God judge bad angels. These angels called watchers, had left heaven to marry human women. Enoch became the messenger between these fallen angels and God, a human speaking for God. The journey gets even more amazing in another book called To Enoch, or Slavonic Enoch. Here, Enoch passes through 7 different heavens. Each heaven had special wonders, different kinds of angels, amazing powers, and holy mysteries that human eyes were never meant to see. Can you imagine standing before the Creator of everything? That's exactly what happens to Enoch at the highest heaven. There, at the very top of all the heavens, Enoch stands face to face with God Himself, sitting on His throne of glory. During this special meeting, God shows Enoch secrets about the universe, how everything began, how the stars and planets move in their paths, and how all people will face judgment someday. Enoch learns things no human had ever known before. But the best part is still coming. According to these ancient stories, Enoch doesn't just visit heaven as a guest. No, he becomes part of heaven itself. His journey reaches its high point when something completely unexpected happens. Enoch changes into one of the mightiest angels ever created, an angel named Metatron. This wasn't just getting a new name or a new job. It was a complete change into a being of amazing power. Enoch the man was gone, and in his place stood Metatron, the mighty angel. But this special change was only the beginning of an even more amazing story. Without understanding what Metatron